I thought I'd give you a quick tutorial on weaving with hand spun wool because it really does create an interesting and different texture. If you haven't hand spun your own wool before, I wanted to show you this. This is called pencil roving, but you can get all sorts of different kinds of roving that have either dyed or blended different colors. So you can see that as you're spinning this, you're essentially spinning a sequence of colors. And you have a choice when you're spinning to either spin, I could spin this all on one bobbin, and then I could go back and chain ply that together, which is putting 3 different strands of yarn together to create the same colorway essentially in my yarn. Or I can take 2 different pieces and spin them back together, and you can see when you do that, it's going to create a blend of these colors as you're spinning. And so I have an example of a similar pencil roving that I have spun. This is an example of a chain ply, so you can see the colors are fairly consistent and they are in sequence, in the sequence that I spun them in for the most part. Of course, there's a little bit of overlap, but for the most part. Whereas this one, which was plied back together using 2 strands, you can see there's a lot of variation. So each strand could have 2 different colors in it, and it really does look quite different when you look at them side by side. So the nice thing is when you're weaving with them, they're both going to give you a really different texture and style. And so I thought I would just show you a little bit of what that looks like. So you can see for the most part, I'm dealing with pretty stable rows of color. And again, this is the one that is chain plied, so it's following the pattern of the roving that I spun. And the one we're going to do next is the one that is plied with 2 different colors together. And you'll see how the pattern looks quite different. There's a few spots here where you can see that there were 2 different colors together. So if you look at it, you should be able to see a noticeable difference. You have a real solid color block in the rows that are the ones that are chain plied, and the ones up at the top have much more variation in the color. And I think they both have a really different look. It has a different texture. Which one do you like the most?